The first light of twin suns spilled over the hills of Virelia, painting the sky in shades of purple and gold. The alien city of Nixara slowly came to life. Towering bioluminescent plants glowed softly along the streets, and the air vibrated with a faint hum, the natural song of the planet. On the outskirts of the city, in a small home nestled among towering violet trees, Zyra awoke to the usual soft warmth of the early morning. Her child, Lyri, was not in the room. She called softly, "Lyri, breakfast is ready." No answer came, only the quiet hum of the city. Zyra's violet eyes narrowed with concern. Lyri never ignored her. Then she heard it, a small, trembling voice from the corner of the room. "Mom, something grows on my back." Zyra's heart skipped. She rushed forward and her knees buckled as she saw it. A strange, soft, pulsating growth spread across Lyri's back. It shimmered in colors Zyra had never seen before, shades that seemed alive, almost like the plants outside reacting to sunlight. Lyri's large eyes were wide with fear. It hurts a little. I don't know what it is." Zyra fell to her knees beside the child, her claws scraping against the floor. Her chest heaved. Memories of old stories, ancient warnings about the eclipse bloom flashed before her. Eyes. Her own mother had told her about it, a phenomenon that appeared rarely centuries apart, marking children either as great saviors or agents of destruction. And now here it was, on her own child. "Shh, it's okay, Larry," she whispered, though her voice trembled. She reached out, touching the pulsating growth. The warmth shocked her, and for a moment, she felt pain herself, a strange, empathic reaction she did not fully understand. The growth seemed to respond to her touch, quivering like it recognized her. Lyri flinched. "Mom, it's moving." Yes, I see," Zyra whispered, holding the child tightly. "We will figure this out, I promise." The sun rose higher, bathing the room in golden light, but Zyra's mind was heavy with worry. Stories of the eclipse bloom told of children whose bodies became unpredictable, their powers uncontrollable. Some survived and became heroes of the planet. Some did not. Zyra had no time for fear. She had to act. Outside their home, the city of Nixara stirred. Other aliens prepared for their daily routines, oblivious to the personal crisis unfolding. But news traveled fast on Virelia. The unusual phenomenon had a signature energy pattern detectable by sensors. A pulse of life unlike any normal alien. Growth. Soon, human observers in orbit around the planet picked up the signal. The humans, part of an interstellar research mission studying Virelia, were fascinated. They had been monitoring the planet for decades, noting its advanced alien civilization and unique biology. But the readings from Lyri were unlike anything they had ever seen, a growth that resonated biologically with humans themselves. Back inside, Zyra held Lyri, trying to soothe the child. "Tell me everything you feel," she said. It tingles, and sometimes it feels warm, like it's alive," Lyri whispered. The child's voice was weak with fear. "Mom, what if it hurts me more?" Zyra's own heart ached. She had to hide her panic to be strong for Lyri. "We will find help. We will make it safe. You are not alone." Later that morning, Zyra carried Lyri to their hovercraft and flew to the central research hub, a towering structure of shining, metal and transparent domes where the most brilliant alien scientists worked. The hub was buzzing with activity. Aliens moved quickly through halls carrying devices that hummed and glowed. Zyra approached the reception area. "My child, Lyri, something is happening to them. A growth. I need immediate help." The receptionist, a tall alien with silver eyes, scanned the child. Her face paled. "The readings, I've never seen energy like this. You must come with me now." They rushed through halls of humming machinery and glowing plants in glass tubes. Zyra carried Lyri like the most precious treasure in the universe. Scientists began scanning Lyri immediately, their machines producing streams of glowing symbols and measurements. Impossible, one of the senior researchers whispered. This growth, it matches descriptions of the eclipse bloom. It shouldn't have appeared for centuries, and the energy, it's alive. Zyra clenched her claws, her heart pounding. Alive? She demanded. Explain. It reacts to touch, to presence, almost as if it has intelligence, and it resonates, strangely, with human biology, the scientist said, frowning. At that moment, a team of humans entered the lab. They were tall, lean, and calm, carrying devices unfamiliar to the aliens. Their leader, Dr. Ilan, stepped forward, speaking in careful, gentle tones. We received a reading from orbit. This growth is unique. We may be able to stabilize it without harming the child. Some alien scientists glanced at the humans with suspicion. Zira felt a surge of hope. Humans were known for their adaptability, their resilience. If anyone could help Leary, it might be them. Hours passed. Leary rested on a soft bed while humans and aliens examined the growth. It glowed, pulsed, and sometimes shifted slightly, like a living painting moving across the child's back. Leary's fear was evident. "Mom, it tickles now," the child whispered. "And sometimes it whispers." Zira's eyes widened. "Whispers? What do you hear?" Leary shivered. "It says, learn, grow, protect." Zyra's heart ached with pride and fear. The child's destiny might be greater than anyone imagined. But what dangers awaited? Dr. Elon knelt beside Zyra. "Your child's body. It's extraordinary. This growth is not harmful, if managed carefully, but if left unchecked, it could overwhelm the system. We need your cooperation. We need patience. And we need hope." Zyra nodded, tears streaming down her face. She had fallen to her knees in fear before, but now she rose, with determination. For Leary, she would endure anything. As night fell over Virelia, the twin suns dipped below the horizon. Lights in the city glimmered like stars. Zyra stayed by Leary's side, holding the child's hand. The growth glowed softly under the dim light, a living promise of change, of power, of something unknown. Zyra whispered, "Whatever comes, we face it together." Leary smiled weakly, gripping her mother's claws. "Together," the child echoed. Somewhere in orbit, the humans observed silently. Their curiosity was scientific, yes, but also deeply human. They recognized the courage in a parent's love, the spark of hope in the face of the unknown. Humanity's adaptability, empathy, and ingenuity were ready to meet the challenge, and perhaps to guide the aliens through a transformation unlike any other. The sun rose slowly over Virelia, painting the sky in soft blues and pinks. The city of Nixara was alive with the hum of alien activity. Zyra had stayed the entire night in the research hub, sitting beside Larry, watching the strange growth pulse and glow. Even in sleep, Larry's back shimmered as if the growth had a life of its own. Zyra's heart ached, but she tried to stay calm. The humans and aliens worked together tirelessly, taking measurements, running scans, and analyzing every movement of the living growth. Dr. Elon crouched beside Zyra, speaking softly. "Your child is extraordinary," he said. "This growth is unlike anything we've ever studied. It reacts to emotions, to touch, even to thought. But if we can stabilize it, Leary will be safe." Zyra nodded, but her worry did not fade. "What if it spreads too far?" she asked. "What if it changes who Leary is?" Dr. Elon smiled gently. "Every child changes as they grow. This is different. But growth can be guided. We can help your child learn control." The room was quiet for a moment, broken only by the soft pulse of Leary's back. Then the child stirred, eyes blinking open. "Mom, I felt it again." It whispered about fire and sky and water. Zyra's eyes widened. It's trying to teach you something, she said. She held Leary's hands, feeling the tiny tremor of the child's fear. Do not be afraid. We will learn together. The following days were a blur of activity. Scientists and humans worked side by side, sharing knowledge and techniques. The human devices seemed almost alive, scanning Leary's back and gently adjusting the growth without causing pain. The aliens observed carefully, some with skepticism, others with fascination. One morning, as Zira entered the lab, she found Leary standing in front of a display. Colors swirled around the child, patterns forming in the air like glowing ribbons. Look, Mom, Leary exclaimed. It's moving with me. I can make it do shapes. Zira's heart leapt. The growth was no longer just a strange illness. It was responding to Leary's thoughts and emotions. The child's eyes sparkled with wonder, and Zira felt a flicker of hope she hadn't dared to feel before. Dr. Ilan approached cautiously. This is incredible. The growth is learning from your child, adapting. If we can guide it, it could become a powerful ally rather than a danger. Zira looked at him, skeptical but desperate. Guide it? How? We need to study it, understand its connection to your child, and allow it to interact safely. Leary's control will grow with practice, he explained. It may take time, but humans have experience adapting to strange biological phenomena. We can help. Zira swallowed her fear. She had to trust him. For Leary's sake, she had no choice. Not everyone agreed with the plan. Some aliens in the research hub murmured their disapproval. Humans meddle too much, one said. This is sacred. It should be left to nature. Another added, what if it destroys the child, or worse, the planet? Zira clenched her claws. We cannot do nothing, she snapped. Do you want my child to suffer? Do you want to risk losing them forever? Arguments continued, but the human scientists remained calm. Their approach methodical and empathetic. Slowly, the alien dissenters began to see that collaboration, patience, and reason could achieve what fear alone could not. During one session, Leary's growth pulsed brighter than ever. The child's small hands hovered above the glowing shapes, in the air. Suddenly, the patterns expanded, forming a faint holographic map of the planet. Leary gasped. It's showing the rivers, the forests, the mountains. I don't know how. Zira stepped closer. It's connected to the planet, somehow. Maybe it feels everything. Dr. Ilan examined the readings. It's resonating with the environment. Leary's body, and the growth, can sense the world on a level we don't fully understand. This is unprecedented. The realization sent a chill down Zira's spine. This was no ordinary growth. It was intelligence, awareness, and potential, something beyond fear, something beyond the ordinary rules of biology. Word of Leary's condition spread quietly through the city. Friends and neighbors visited the lab, offering support. Some brought gifts, soft blankets, or rare herbs, while others simply sat quietly, giving courage through presence alone. Zira was grateful, but she knew that Leary's journey was just beginning. One evening, while the twin suns set in golden splendor, Leary asked, Mom, will it hurt me again? Zira held the child's hands. Maybe sometimes, she said honestly. But we will face it together. You are stronger than you know, Leary, and you are not alone. Humans and aliens alike are here to help you. Leary nodded slowly. I want to try. I want to understand it. That's my brave child, Zira whispered. She brushed a soft tentacle of hair from Leary's face. We will learn together every day a little more, and we will make it safe, you will see. The next morning brought a breakthrough. Dr. Ilan and his team had developed a small device that could stabilize the growth temporarily, slowing its pulses without harming Leary. The human technology worked in harmony with alien bioscanners, a perfect example of collaboration between species. Try it, Dr. Ilan said gently. Leary hesitated, then nodded. The device hummed softly, touching the back of the child. The growth pulsed, shivered, then slowly dimmed to a gentle glow. Leary laughed, a small, joyful sound that made Zyra's heart soar. It's okay. I can feel it. But it's not. Scary. Zyra hugged Larry tightly. See? You are safe. And you are learning control. The human scientists exchanged pleased glances. This is a major step, Dr. Elon said. With patience, we can teach Leary to interact with the growth without fear. But not all moments were calm. Later that night, alarms sounded in the hub. A faction of alien dissenters had attempted to remove Leary from the facility, fearing that human involvement was corrupting the child. Zyra and Dr. Elon raced to the lab, finding Leary trembling but unharmed. You cannot take Leary, Zyra shouted. They are my child. We will not let fear decide their fate. The dissenters hesitated, confronted by Zyra's courage and the humans' calm authority. Slowly, they backed down. Leary looked up at their mother, eyes wide. I thought they would take me away, Leary whispered. No one will take you away, Zyra said firmly. We will face this together, and we will not let fear control us. Dr. Elon smiled. Courage like yours is rare. Humans see it too in families and communities. It is the most powerful force there is. Over the following weeks, Leary began to explore the growth more actively. The child discovered small abilities, shapes in the air, faint pulses of light, even gentle interactions with nearby plants. Each day, Zyra watched in awe and pride. The child's fear slowly gave way to wonder. The growth was no longer just a danger. It was potential, a gift waiting to be understood. And the humans' calm, patient guidance showed the aliens that cooperation and empathy could overcome fear. Zyra realized something profound. Leary's journey was bigger than them, bigger than fear, bigger than anything they had imagined. It was the beginning of a new way of life, a testament to courage, love, and the unyielding drive to adapt and overcome. As night fell over Viralia, the twin suns dipping below the horizon, Leary lay in Zyra's arms. The growth pulsed softly, a heartbeat of light and life. Mom, I think it likes me, Leary whispered. Zyra kissed the child's forehead. It does, my brave one, and we will help it grow. Together. Somewhere in orbit, the humans observed the quiet scene, understanding the significance. The child's growth was a challenge, but also an opportunity. Humanity's empathy, intelligence, and adaptability were now part of this story, guiding the aliens through uncertainty and fear. The morning light spilled through the transparent walls of the central research hub, casting patterns on the floor that shifted with the pulsing glow from Larry's back. Zyra stood beside her child, watching as the strange growth responded to Larry's every movement, every emotion. It pulsed gently, flowing like liquid light, weaving tiny shapes in the air above the child's back. This is incredible, Dr. Elon whispered, stepping closer. His human eyes were wide with wonder, and Zyra could see the fascination even among the alien scientists surrounding them. It's learning, adapting. Your child is forming a connection with it. Leary's small hands hovered over the glowing shapes. Look, Mom, I can make it twist like a ribbon in the wind. Zyra smiled, though worry never fully left her heart. That's amazing, Larry. But remember, we must be careful. This is still powerful. Leary nodded, determination sparkling in their wide eyes. I want to learn. I want to control it. The days that followed were filled with practice. The humans taught Larry simple exercises, breathing techniques, hand movements, and gentle thought patterns to guide the growth safely. Zyra stayed by their side at all times, holding hands, whispering encouragement, and watching with awe as her child began to master small pulses of light, creating intricate shapes that hovered in the air. It was not easy. The growth reacted unpredictably at times, sometimes sending Leary into bursts of light and color that filled the lab with dazzling brilliance. Other times it pulsed weakly as if resisting control. Yet through every challenge, Zyra and the humans guided Leary patiently. "This is a child learning something that has never existed before," Dr. Elon said one evening, watching Leary float glowing shapes above their back. "Humans have survived because we adapt. Now your child is learning the same lesson. Adaptation is strength." Zyra felt tears prick her eyes. The humans had not only saved Leary, they were teaching courage, patience, and self-control. Not everyone in the alien research hub approved of human involvement. A faction of scientists and city officials continued to voice their fears. "This is unnatural," one of them shouted during a council meeting. "A child should not interfere with the growth. We do not know what will happen. It could destroy the child, or worse, the planet." Zyra stood, her voice firm. "My child is not a danger. Fear does not protect anyone. We must guide Leary, not lock them away. Humans are helping because they understand adaptation, something your fear cannot teach." The room fell silent. Even the dissenters could see the courage in Zyra's eyes. Humans, standing calmly beside her, radiated quiet strength, an example of patience, logic, and bravery combined. Slowly, the council ceased their objections, though wariness remained. One day during practice, Leary felt something different. As the child guided a stream of light above their back, the shapes twisted and expanded, forming a faint map of the city itself. Buildings, streets, and even moving hovercraft appeared as glowing lines in the air. It's showing the city," Leary whispered, eyes wide. "I didn't mean to." Zyra knelt beside the child. "It's sensing everything. Maybe it feels the world. Maybe it's trying to teach you something." Dr. Elon examined the readings. "It's extraordinary. Leary's connection with the growth allows them to perceive their environment in ways no alien or human has ever experienced. This is intelligence. Awareness." Leary's small hand hovered above the glowing map. I can feel everything. The streets, the forests, even the people. It's like I know where everyone is." Zyra's heart leapt and then sank. The growth was no longer just a strange symptom. It was a bridge between Leary and the planet itself. And that bridge carried responsibility. The alien dissenters grew uneasy as Leary's abilities became more apparent. Some whispered warnings about potential disaster. "It will change them. It could destroy everything." Zyra ignored the murmurs. "This is not destruction," she said to herself, and aloud when she could. "This is growth. Guidance, courage, and learning will protect Leary. Fear will not." Dr. Elon placed a hand on her shoulder. "Humans face unknown challenges all the time. We survive because we adapt, because we work together, because we care for each other. That is what we are teaching Leary, not just control over the growth, but responsibility and trust." As days passed, Leary's confidence grew. The child began experimenting, sending pulses of light into the lab's plants. The bioluminescent leaves shimmered, bending toward the light, responding almost as if alive. Then carefully, Leary reached toward the small animals in the research hub, softly guiding them away from danger with gentle pulses. "See, Mom? It listens," Leary exclaimed, eyes sparkling with joy. "I can help things." Zyra hugged the child, tears in her eyes. Yes, you can. But remember, always be careful. This is power, Leary, and with power comes responsibility." Dr. Elon smiled. "This is the essence of humanity," he said softly. "Empathy, care, problem solving. Your child is learning it naturally, and the growth is responding to it. It's beautiful." However, peace was fragile. One evening, alarms blared through the research hub. The faction of alien dissenters had attempted a more aggressive move. They tried to remove Leary from the lab while the humans were attending to other experiments. Zyra and Dr. Elon rushed to the lab, finding Leary huddled in the corner, terrified. The dissenters, angry and determined, blocked their path. "You cannot take the child," Zyra shouted, her voice ringing through the chamber. "This is my child. We will not let fear rule us." The dissenters hesitated, unsure whether to fight against a mother's courage backed by humans. They saw the determination in Zira's eyes and the calm confidence of Dr. Elan. Slowly, they retreated, muttering warnings but leaving Leary unharmed. Leary looked up at their mother, trembling. I thought they would take me away. No one will take you away, Zira said firmly. We face everything together. Courage and trust will protect us, not fear. Dr. Elan added softly. Your mother is right. Courage and love are stronger than fear. Humans survive because of it. And now your child will learn the same lesson. The following days were filled with renewed determination. Leary's growth became more stable, more responsive. The child learned to control the pulses of light, to shape them in intricate patterns, and even to sense subtle changes in the environment. The humans and alien scientists continued to collaborate, their combined knowledge allowing Leary to safely explore the growth's capabilities. Zira watched, proud and amazed. Her child was no longer just a victim of the eclipse bloom. Leary was becoming something extraordinary, intelligent, empathetic, and strong. The growth, once feared, was now a living extension of potential. One quiet evening, Leary spoke softly. Mom, I think it likes me. I feel happy when I help it grow. Zira smiled, brushing a tentacle of hair from Leary's face. It likes you because you are brave, kind, and curious, and together you will learn more than anyone has ever known. Dr. Elan, watching from a distance, nodded to Zira. This is humanity's gift: guidance, patience, and empathy. It is what allows us to survive and thrive. And now, your child will carry it into the future. As night fell, the twin suns of Virelia disappeared behind distant hills, and the city of Nixara glowed softly in bioluminescent light. Leary lay in Zira's arms, the growth pulsing gently, a heartbeat of life, hope, and possibility. For the first time, Zira allowed herself to believe. The child's journey was just beginning, and together with humans and aliens united in purpose, there was nothing they could not face. Days passed in the central research hub, each one brighter and more extraordinary than the last. Leary's connection with the growth had deepened. No longer just responding to touch or emotion, the child now seemed to sense the environment around them in subtle ways. Plants leaned toward the pulsating light. Small animals moved calmly under Leary's guidance, and even the machines in the lab seemed to respond gently to the energy emitted by the growth. Zira watched every moment, amazed and wary. Be careful, Leary, she said one morning. You are learning fast, but you must remember power is responsibility. Leary nodded, eyes focused. I understand, Mom. I want to learn more, but safely. Dr. Elan stepped closer, smiling. Your child is extraordinary. The growth is not only a part of them, it is part of the world. Humans have learned to adapt to unexpected challenges, and now your child is learning the same lesson, in a way no human or alien has ever experienced. Over time, Leary began to display abilities that startled even the humans. One morning, while experimenting with patterns of glowing light, the child's pulse interacted with a small device on the lab table. The device flickered and came alive, performing functions it had never been programmed to do. It's reacting to Leary's energy, Dr. Elan whispered. The growth is expanding its influence, interfacing with technology. This is beyond biology. This is potential intelligence and adaptation combined. Leary's eyes widened. I didn't mean to. Did I? Zira hugged the child tightly. It's okay. You are learning. This is part of understanding. News of Leary's abilities traveled quietly through the city. Some aliens watched in awe, others in fear. The dissenters whispered warnings, insisting that the child's abilities were dangerous, unpredictable, and unnatural. One evening, during a council meeting in the hub, a stern alien official addressed the gathered scientists. This child's powers grow beyond control. If allowed to continue, it may threaten the balance of our world. We cannot take that risk. Zira stood, her voice strong and unwavering. Balance is maintained not by fear, but by understanding and guidance. My child is learning control. The growth is not a weapon, it is potential. We will not harm them out of fear. Dr. Elin added, humans face unknown phenomena all the time. We survive because we collaborate, adapt, and learn. Leary is learning the same lessons. Fear will not teach them anything. Only courage, patience, and guidance will, the council murmured, unsure how to respond to the unity of human and alien determination. Slowly, they began to see the wisdom and guidance over fear, though wariness remained. One day, as Leary practiced guiding the light from the growth, the child noticed a ripple in the air beyond the lab windows. The pulse of the growth extended, outward, interacting subtly with the bioluminescent flora outside. Leaves bent gently toward the light, glowing brighter than before. "Mom, look," Leary exclaimed. "It's helping the plants." Zyra's eyes filled with pride. "You are learning to use it wisely," she said. "This is power, and power is meaningful when it helps others." Dr. Elin nodded. "This is what humans strive for, using knowledge and skill not to dominate, but to support life. Your child embodies the same principle naturally." The growth had become more than a strange phenomenon. It was a bridge between Leary, life, and the planet, showing intelligence, empathy, and the potential for harmony. Yet the dissenters grew bolder. Some insisted that Leary's powers might destabilize the environment or interfere with the city's technology. Tensions rose and whispers of rebellion spread among certain factions of the alien population. One evening, as Zira walked through the city with Leary, a small group of dissenters confronted them. "The child is dangerous. The growth will bring ruin," one shouted. Zyra stopped, holding Leary close. "No," she said firmly. "This child is learning. Fear will not control them. Love, guidance, and courage will." A human researcher who had accompanied them, Kieran, stepped forward. "Humans have faced fear countless times and survived. This child will survive too, with knowledge, empathy, and trust." The dissenters stared, unsure how to counter words backed by courage and calm logic. Slowly they backed away, muttering warnings, leaving Zyra and Leary unharmed. Leary's growth continued to evolve. The child began to sense not only the physical world, but also patterns in energy and movement, detecting subtle changes in the environment before they happened. One day, Leary reached out instinctively to prevent a small lab accident, a chemical spill, guiding floating instruments safely out of harm's way with a pulse of light from the growth. "Mom, I saved it," Leary whispered, eyes wide. Zyra hugged them tightly. "Yes, you did. That is the strength of understanding and control. Remember, it is not just power. It is responsibility." Dr. Elin watched with admiration. Humans have survived for millennia because of empathy, quick thinking, and collaboration. Leary is learning the same values, guided by instinct and the love of a parent. As Leary's abilities expanded, the bond between humans and aliens deepened. Scientists from both species shared knowledge, combining alien bioengineering with human insight into adaptation and problem-solving. Together, they explored ways to help Leary refine the growth's abilities safely. One afternoon, as the team observed Leary manipulating pulses of light to lift small objects, the child suddenly smiled. "I think I understand now. I can feel what's around me and help it." Zira's eyes glistened. "You are learning faster than anyone could imagine. You are not just surviving, you are growing into something extraordinary." Dr. Elin nodded. "This is what humans call potential. Leary's growth is not a danger, it is a gift, one that teaches us about courage, empathy, and the power of learning together." But peace was fragile. The dissenters grew desperate, fearing that Leary's powers might destabilize society. They began to spread rumors among citizens claiming that the child's growth would bring destruction. Panic and fear began to ripple through parts of the city. Zyra refused to yield. She gathered a group of supporters, humans and aliens alike, and spoke to the community. "Fear cannot protect us," she said. Knowledge, guidance, and love can. Lyri is learning to control this growth. Together we can ensure it is safe. Together we can face the unknown. The words resonated. Many aliens stepped forward, offering support, inspired by Zira's courage and the humans' calm wisdom. The dissenters' influence began to fade, though some still lingered in the shadows, wary and suspicious. Then, one quiet night, Lyri experienced a breakthrough. While meditating with the growth, the child sensed subtle shifts in the planet. Rivers flowing, winds changing, the gentle movement of distant animals, pulses of light extended from the growth interacting harmoniously with the environment. It's all connected, Lyri whispered. I can feel it. The whole planet. Zira knelt beside the child, holding their hands. Yes, Lyri, you are part of something greater, and with care you can help it, protect it, and learn from it. Dr. Elin watched silently, amazed. This is humanity's gift to the universe. Adaptation, empathy, and understanding. Lyri is learning it, naturally, guided by courage and love. By the end of the week, Lyri had gained remarkable control over the growth. The child could manipulate light, sense subtle environmental shifts, and interact safely with the world around them. The growth, once feared, had become a symbol of potential and unity. Zira looked at her child, awe and pride filling her heart. You've come so far, Lyri, and yet, this is only the beginning. There is more to learn, more to discover. Lyri nodded, determination shining. I'm ready, Mom. I want to help, and learn, and grow. The human scientist smiled. That is the essence of humanity, Dr. Elin said softly. We survive because we adapt, care for others, and face the unknown with courage. Lyri is learning the same lessons, and together, we can face anything. And so, as the twin sons of Virelia sat behind distant hills, Lyri lay in Zira's arms, the growth pulsing gently, a living heartbeat of light, life, and limitless potential. Fear no longer ruled. Courage, guidance, and love had taken its place. And somewhere in the quiet glow of the research hub, the growth pulsed brighter than ever, almost as if it understood the lessons it was being taught. Ready to grow, ready to learn, and ready to become something extraordinary. The twin suns rose slowly over Virelia, casting long shadows across the city of Nixara. The streets were quiet, but inside the central research hub, a different energy filled the air. Lyri sat in the center of the main lab, the growth on their back glowing brighter than it had ever been. Pulses of light radiated outward, touching the walls, the plants, and even the machines, filling the room with warmth and life. Zira stood beside the child, her claws lightly brushing Lyri's shoulders. Today is special, she said softly. You've learned so much, Lyri, and now, it is time to see what you can do. Lyri's eyes shone with determination. I'm ready, Mom. Dr. Elin and the human scientists observed from a distance, their expressions a mix of pride and awe. This is unprecedented, he whispered. Lyri's growth has reached its full potential, but the real marvel is the child's understanding and empathy. Humans survive through collaboration and care, and now Lyri embodies those qualities, naturally. The first sign of Lyri's full awakening came suddenly. As the child lifted their small hands, the pulsing growth responded instantly, expanding outward like a living crown of light. It radiated energy, but unlike before, it was calm and controlled. Lyri concentrated, and the pulses formed shapes that mirrored the environment outside. Trees, hills, rivers, and even the faint silhouettes of animals moving peacefully. It's showing the planet, Lyri whispered, eyes wide. It's alive, and it understands. Zira's claws tightened around Lyri's hands, her heart swelling with pride and awe. Yes, Lyri, it is part of you, and you are part of it. You can help it, guide it, and protect it. The humans nodded. This is what humanity hopes for, understanding the unknown, adapting to it, and using it to help life thrive. Dr. Elon said softly. Your child is now a bridge between species and between worlds. Word of Larry's full awakening spread quickly. Aliens who had doubted, feared, or opposed the child now gathered at the hub, their eyes wide with amazement. Even the dissenters could not deny the beauty and harmony of what they saw. Zira stepped forward, addressing the crowd. This child is no danger. Larry's growth is a gift, a connection to life, to the planet, and to all of us. Fear does not protect. Guidance, understanding, and love do. Today we witness something extraordinary. Today we witness hope. The crowd murmured, slowly transforming fear into awe. Some aliens knelt, others extended hands in respect, and all watched as Leary's light pulsed gently, calm, and serene. Leary experimented cautiously. The child extended a pulse toward the plants in the lab, and the leaves shimmered and bent toward the light. Small animals nearby moved in harmony with the pulses, and machines responded to the energy, performing tasks effortlessly. It listens, Leary whispered to Zira. It understands me. I can help things. I can protect them. Zira's eyes glistened. Yes, my brave one. That is your gift. You are not just controlling it. You are guiding it, learning from it, and making the world better. Dr. Elon nodded. This is humanity's essence: empathy, understanding, and cooperation. Leary embodies it perfectly. The child's courage, love, and patience have brought life and harmony to something that once caused fear. But the awakening was not only about wonder. Challenges remained. The dissenters, though awed, still whispered concerns. Some feared Larry's abilities might one day destabilize the city, while others worried about the unknown potential of the growth. Zira confronted them with unwavering determination. We cannot live in fear. Leary's growth is guided by understanding and love, not destruction. The child has learned control, empathy, and responsibility. And together, humans and aliens have shown that cooperation is stronger than fear. Slowly, resistance melted away. The community began to embrace the possibilities Leary represented. Fearful whispers were replaced by curiosity and admiration. Humanity's guidance, patience, and courage had demonstrated that collaboration could overcome even the most extraordinary challenges. As days passed, Leary's abilities continued to expand. The child could sense subtle shifts in the environment, rivers rising, winds changing, plants growing, and guide them gently. A pulse of light could heal minor injuries in plants or animals, or redirect energy to prevent accidents in the lab. 1. Day Leary concentrated deeply, sending pulses across the city. The growth illuminated pathways, guided lost animals home, and even calmed a small panic among citizens as hovering vehicles glitched unexpectedly. It's helping everyone, Leary said softly, turning to Zira. I can feel them and guide them safely. Zira hugged the child tightly. Yes, Larry, you are using power with wisdom. That is the greatest strength of all. Dr. Elon stepped forward. Humans call that responsibility. Your child is learning what we have learned for centuries. Power is only meaningful when it helps others. Leary's growth is not a danger. It is hope made visible. The culmination of Larry's transformation came one evening as the twin suns dipped below the horizon. The growth on Leary's back pulsed brightly, then extended outward in a dome of glowing light that encompassed the entire lab. It touched the walls, the plants, the humans, and the aliens, filling everyone with warmth, clarity, and a sense of harmony. Zira stood beside Leary, tears in her eyes. Look, my child. See what you've done. You've not only learned control, but you've brought life and peace to everyone here. Leary's voice was soft but full of wonder. I can feel everything. The city, the planet, everyone. I can help them all. The humans nodded in admiration. This is what we hope for. intelligence guided by empathy, power balanced by responsibility, and courage strengthened by love. Lyri has become a bridge, a teacher, and a guardian, all at once. The city of Nixara slowly adapted to the presence of Lyri's growth. Citizens watched as pulses of light gently interacted with the world around them. Plants flourished, small accidents were avoided, and even technology seemed to respond with subtle harmony. Fear had been replaced with trust, wonder, and admiration. Zyra looked at her child, pride and love filling her heart. You've come so far, Lyri. You've faced fear, learned control, and discovered your potential. And yet, this is only the beginning. There is more to learn, more to discover, more to help. Lyri smiled, eyes bright. I'm ready, Mom. I want to grow, and protect, and learn. I want to help everyone. Dr. Elend stepped forward. This is the true essence of humanity. Adaptation, courage, and cooperation. You've learned it, Lyri, and now you share it with the world. Together, humans and aliens can achieve anything. In the quiet of the hub, Lyri's growth pulsed, softly, like a heartbeat in sync with the planet itself. The child lay in Zyra's arms, eyes glowing with light and understanding. The fears of the past, the pain, the uncertainty, the dissenters had not disappeared entirely, but they no longer controlled the narrative. Courage, guidance, and love had prevailed. Somewhere in the orbit above, human scientists watched silently. Their mission had been observation, but they had witnessed something extraordinary. Humanity's essence, empathy, patience, and ingenuity, had guided an alien child to become a symbol of hope, a beacon of unity and potential. The twin suns of Virelia finally set behind distant hills, leaving the sky glowing with soft twilight. Lyri's growth dimmed to a gentle glow, resting in harmony with the world around them. Zyra held her child close, whispering words of love and pride. You've done it, Lyri. You've grown stronger, wiser, and braver than anyone could have imagined. And together we've created something wonderful. A new dawn. Lyri smiled, the growth pulsing gently. Yes, a new dawn. For all of us. And so on the alien planet of Virelia, a child's courage, a mother's love, and humanity's guidance had converged. Together, they had transformed fear into hope, danger into potential, and isolation into unity. Lyri had become a living bridge, between species, between worlds, and between the present and a future full of promise. The city of Nixara glimmered softly in the twilight, the plants glowing, the streets alive, and the citizens watching in awe. Lyri lay in Zyra's arms, the growth pulsing gently, a heartbeat of life, light, and limitless possibility. This was not the end. It was the beginning of something greater, a future where courage, understanding, and collaboration could conquer fear, where humans and aliens could learn from each other, and where even the smallest child could illuminate the universe with hope.